Good afternoon, Miss Duffy.
Good afternoon.
Where are we today?
Well, today we're learning about Mary Anning.
I know a lot about Mary Anning. I love Mary Anning.
Me too.
I guess we're in Lyme Regis.
We are.
Is that where she was born?
Yes.
On the Jurassic Coast.
Yes.
Arabella, when was she born?
She was born in 1799.
What kind of family was it?
It was a poor family.
Mhm.
Three women looked after her, and then lightning struck. The three ladies died, but Mary Anning survived, and it sort of woke her up and sort of like changed her personality.
She changed personality?
Yeah.
That's an incredible story. I love it. Like a rebirth.
Yes.
Okay, so she was poor. She just had her brother
Yes.
and her dad.
Yes.
And what did they do every day?
Well, they went to the beach and looked for fossils, but they called them curiosities.
Oh, they didn't know what they were?
No, they just thought they were these little pretty things.
Okay.
And she knew how to have a keen eye.
She had a keen eye to find them. And what would they do with them?
Well, sometimes they would be stuck in the rock. So they went back upstairs to their room.
Yeah.
And they would just chisel them one shiny tip at a time.
They'd
A
chip
tiny
away.
tip at a time.
They would chip away
Yes.
until the fossil came out.
They would have to be very patient.
Of course, because if you broke it, that you'd lose it.
You would lose the fossil.
I get it. So they would chip them away, and then once they'd polished them up, where would they take them?
Well, they would sell them at the market for 1 penny each.
Just a penny.
Yes.
They must have been very poor.
People thought they were lightning bolts or the devil's toenails.
Oh yes, they thought they were frozen lightning bolts. I heard
Yeah.
that, but they still loved them.
They did.
Okay, so they were doing this for many years.
Yes.
Then when she was 12,
Well, her father died.
so she was all by herself by this
Yes,
point.
so she had to go to the beach by herself.
Oh, but she loved it.
But she did love it. So one day there was a woman who loved fossils. Her name was Elizabeth.
Philpott.
Yes. And he said, would you like to come to my house to see all the fossils? She said yes. And she had lots and lots of fossils, like little treasures.
In a cabinet.
Yes. And she gave her some books.
Because at that point, she didn't know what they were.
No.
So she
So
discovered...
she read about them.
Right, and
And
she
she
discovered...
almost like saw them.
Right.
Like the fossils.
Oh, they came alive to her.
Yes.
So finally, this young girl discovers that what she's been collecting are actually
Animals
from the Jurassic time, from
maybe
dinosaur
even
times.
millions years ago.
Wow, that must have been amazing for
So
her.
when she grows up, she keeps doing this.
Yes.
And one day she sees something in the rock. She doesn't know what it is, but she knows it's something important.
Okay.
So she calls some men to get it to a workshop. It took her days, weeks, maybe even months to take it out. And it was, I think it was,
I think it's called an ichthyosaurus. I
Yes.
can't even say it. Ichthyosaurus.
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know
You
for
can
sure.
look up how you say
Yes.
it. This is what it might have looked. This is what it looked like.
Wow.
Yes.
This was a very important find.
So-
Even Miss Philpott knew that.
Yes.
So what happened?
So she got a person of science who knew lots. And
From the Geological
Yes.
Society, yep.
And they had never seen anything like it.
I bet.
So they gave her £20. So in those days, £20 would be like 20,000.
Yes, it would have been a lot of money. She was
Yeah.
rich.
And so when they wrote about it, they didn't include her. They didn't say Mary Anning found this.
You're joking.
Because they thought women shouldn't.
Here we go again. Women weren't allowed to have a voice. So they put a man's name.
Yep. Saying that he found it, or maybe didn't even mention who found it.
Right. Only now, 200 years later,
Yes.
in the Natural History Museum,
You can find this this
beautiful
Yes.
fossil of Mary Anning.
yes.
Thank you so much. You really want to go to the Jurassic Coast, don't
I
you?
do, and I also want to go to the Natural History Museum.
I can't wait. We
Yeah.
hope you've enjoyed
Yes.
our tale.